plotting those points. I want to take that data that I just entered and I want to see what it looks like on what we call a scattergram. Basically, this is just like the coordinate system that you're used to, the X and the Y system, but we want to plot all the points, like 68, 36, 60, 32, etc. To do that, if you look at this Y equals key, behind it, it says stat plot, but it's not actually on the key. That means it's a second function. So I'm going to click on the second function and then the Y equals, and that gets me the stat plot screen. So notice all these keys have words written behind them. To get to those in yellow, you click on the yellow second function and then you'll get to that function. So second Y equals, and I just want number 1, so then I'm going to click on the number 1. And then it's going to go into what's going on with that plot. Okay, I want it on. See, right now it's off, so I'm going to use my up and down arrows, and I'm going to hover over the word on and hit enter. That turns it on. So now I have my stat plot on. I want the scattergram, but you notice you can also do the box and whiskers. So if you are taking this test and the question is asking about box and whiskers, you can also make a box and whiskers out of data. And I'm using list 1 and list 2. Now if list 1 and list 2 aren't already in your list, to get list 1 to show up on the screen, if you look down here, it is the second function of the number 1. You see the L1 right behind it. That's how you get L1 to pop up on your screen. So if I had to actually put list 1 in here, we'll get that out of there, I would go second and then click on the number 1, and there's my list 1. So anything that's alpha, usually a second, that you need to put onto the screen. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use these little square dots. So now my stat, it's a stat plot and it's on. I'm good to go. Now I want to show what that graph looks like, so I'm going to click graph. But wait a minute, nothing appeared on my graph. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to choose an area in the screen that we actually see our graph. If you look at my graph, this is going from 0 to 10. Remember our data? It's in the 60s. Okay, our height is. So I need to change the area of the screen that I'm looking at, and to do that I'm going to choose the second key here called the window screen. Now look at my X-min. I don't have negative height, so I'm going to change that to, I'm going to start at 50. Okay, I don't have any values at 50, but I'm going to go ahead and start at 50 in case I get someone really short wants to get it, put data in later. Okay, and then I'm going to go all the way up to 80 in case I get someone really tall. Okay, and then I'm going to go by ones, that's fine. Now for the Y-min, the Y value is list 2, and that is the arms, the distance of the arm reach out from the wall. Here, let me get my calculator out here where you can see the whole thing. Okay, so that's that arm's distance from the wall to your fingertip. And if you remember, that was ranging from in the 30s. So I'm going to make my Y-min, let me arrow down here, delete that out of there. I'm going to start at 25. And for my Y-max, I'm going to start at 45. And that looks good. Okay, now let's click on the graph key, and now we can see our points. Well, we're pretty much in a straight line, except for we have one guy that's a little bit off. Our data is pretty close to in a straight line. Okay, so now I changed the portion of the graph that I'm looking at. Now I can see my points. There's my scatter graph.